Well, President Donald Trump has toned down his rhetoric on India in recent weeks. Celebrating the Diwali festival at the White House, the US President said a trade deal is nearing with India after his call with Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
A great conversation. We talk about trade, we talk about a lot of things, but mostly the world of trade. He's very interested in that.
Trump once again said that Modi had assured him that India would wind down its Russian oil purchases, raising the prospect of a reprieve. And this reprieve, in a post on X, Modi acknowledged the call but did not share the contents of the discussion.
So I spoke to Prime Minister Modi today, as I mentioned before, and we just have a very good relationship. And he's not going to buy much oil from Russia. He wants to see that war end as much as I do. He wants to see the war end with Russia, Ukraine. And as you know, they're not going to be buying too much oil. So they've cut it way back, and they're continuing to cut it way back.
However, there was a slight change in Trump's latest remarks compared to his previous statements. Last week, the US President had said he had assurances from Modi that India would stop buying oil from Russia, and Tuesday he said that India will not buy that much oil from Russia. So the question is, does Trump want India to stop buying Russian oil or just reduce its energy imports? In fact, previously the US President had also noted that once the war ends, India could go back to buying the Russian oil. Those inconsistencies in Trump's statements raise several important questions, and that is, what is Trump's real motive? Is it to end the Ukraine war, or is it a geopolitical move by driving a wedge in India-Russia relations? And is his demand for India to curb Russian energy purchases short-term or long-term? On the other hand, India has stood its ground and diplomatically said that the country's choices will be determined with its consumers as the priority. Which brings another question to the fore, which is, will a trade deal hinge on satisfying Trump's pressure on India to curb Russian oil imports? And that being said, still both sides have said the trade talks are ongoing and moving along at a solid pace. The latest details on the negotiations show India's willingness to import more non-genetically modified American soya and corn. Also previously, India had concerns about importing genetically modified corn and soybeans due to fears of them entering the food chain. While negotiations are ongoing, potential proposals include allowing GM corn for ethanol production and no direct food consumption. And even GM soy is being considered for India's rapidly expanding poultry and livestock sectors. American GM soybeans are being looked at as an alternative cooking oil option to expensive sunflower imports. The US is now seeking new markets for its agricultural products after trade disputes with China. India has also proposed to buy more US oil for a trade deal. And with that, hopes are for a pact at the APEC summit next week, or at least a mini deal, so as to say, with an agreement that is likely to cut the 50% tariff imposed. Some reports citing sources even show that the tariff could be cut to as low as 15%. However, that is yet to be confirmed by official sources.